Not totally unexpected. A severe thunderstorm warning now picking up more of Bates County. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is now our warned area. This goes until 7 a.m. So this is going to cover, this is going to pick up just north of Adrian. This is going to shoot all the way out and pick up Ballard. This goes clear over to Montrose, almost to Deepwater, picking up Appleton City. But in the warned area now, up and down I-49, Adrian, Passaic, and Butler, Rich Hill. So this is talking about the same thing we were just going over a few minutes ago, if you were on. So good morning once again. It is until 7 a.m. The hazard is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Southeastern Miami County, northeastern Lynn County, southwestern Henn County, and Bates County, all this in west central Missouri. So this will go until 7 a.m. This is 6:12 a.m. right now. So it's not so much about this first line, which is not really a line, sorry. It's a cluster that has moved through in the last few minutes, where this is largely gusting out. It is this second cluster, which has changed quite a bit. Overall, it is weakening, but I do still see hail. So let's talk about that, because hail and the 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, which I'm currently seeing, wind gusts close to that, 48, 49-mile-per-hour wind gusts back in this middle cell here. So hail probability looks strongest right now between Worland and Amoret, is where I'm seeing estimated hail size. Could be 3/4 of an inch. It's probably more around half-inch size. And so where is this headed? Let's take a look at this particular cell that I think is kicking up the most hail. So I think what it's going to do, I think it's going to go right between Butler and Rich Hill, possibly. So Foster, Rich Hill, I think you guys could pick up some small hail in this cell. Back to the backside, still over here around Beagle, we still are finishing up hail activity, looks like just south of Osawatomie, right? And this is more significant sized hail. So the maximum size hail you may get out of this one uh, could be over 2 inch, probably not, but definitely some inch and a half possible out of that one. So that is the situation right now. Our warned area is covering in picking up Adrian, Passaic, Butler. So up and down I-49 for the next few minutes, probably about the next 40 minutes. Plan on some significant activity with possibly some hail. So overall, these guys are moving east and a little bit south. I mean, look how they are weakening, right? So it's a good sign, but they are still severe warned. Here comes another one. Okay, so that is an extension of the same area that we've been paying attention to. That's where we started paying attention to this morning, right? So, and this is going to pick up the same area. So, Osawatomie, Fontana, New Lancaster, Drexel, Merwin, Amsterdam, Lynn Valley, and that is on account of this backside. So, that is the last cell in this little system to move through this morning. But this is currently right over Osawatomie, right? So we have had a confirmed uh, train spotter report of hail. What do they say? Just 1 second here. 1 inch hail is in this storm report, and this is due west of Beagle. So that was, I'm not sure if that's out of this cell or not, or if that was in the one in front of it. But I am seeing significant hail right now in this particular cell, just finishing up in Osawatomie, where your maximum estimated size hail could get a little bit bigger than that, inch and a half or so in that particular cell. So we'll see what happens with that. But that is the warned area until 7 a.m. Still picking up Drexel, still cutting Merwin, Amsterdam. It does include you, but Amsterdam, you're in this whole other warned area right now. And so this is the progression right now. Look how these cells are moving south and east. So the Polygon area is a busy area for the next 45 minutes. If you're just hopping on the stream until 7 a.m., a severe thunderstorm warning now covers these areas over here in Bates County, headed over here into Henry County as well. Seeing some strong gusty winds up around 48 miles per hour as this starts to come into Butler. Now, I'm seeing stronger winds headed down here towards Foster and Rich Hill. There is hail in these guys. There is hail, and it does. Yeah, this would be like penny-sized hail, quarter-sized hail is still possible. So if you get one round, particularly this cell that's starting to head over towards the I-49 area, if you have one round, there is a little bit more on the way as we have some clustering and so some training now of thunderstorm activities in the area. So good morning, everybody. If you're just popping on, it's a busy morning, right? This is about 6:17 a.m. This is the situation right now. We have a large warned area that stretches from just west of Osawatomie that picks up all of Drexel, the Lynn Valley, and Amsterdam Amaret area. It stretches all the way over here, picking up Ballard, Montrose, just west of Appleton City, but it goes almost to Deepwater. So also in this is Rich Hill. So all up and down I-49 and just south of Rich Hill is where our warned area drops off. So what is happening right now is Adrian is starting to pick up some significant activity, but I'm not necessarily seeing any hail in that. This is almost to Passaic and again almost to Butler as this particular gust front starts to work its way to the south and the east. But over here between Worland and Foster, we do have hail potentially up to 1 inch size out on the front edge of this. So this is the entire system starting to move through. And heaviest right now out to the west of Butler. So heaviest right now over Amaret and just beginning to pick up Foster as well. So the caution is for some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, currently seeing closer to, say, some 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts and some quarter-size hail. And my hail concern I've just been showing you is back in the stronger cell that is currently finishing up with Osawatomie headed toward Fontana, but I think it's really going to pick up where you just saw it move right with radar data. So it's going to pick up Lacine, Lynn Valley, and Jingo. That has the heavier hail. So heads up for this backside cell. This last one is going to pack the biggest punch with the hail, I think, this morning. So you have an initial wave that was a cluster of cells that's really fallen apart. That is just starting to get out here into the Ballard Montrose area. That is just finishing up in Rich Hill, it looks like to me, but you do have more on the way. Heavy, heavy rains just about to head up and down I-49. And unfortunately, I think there is more to come. So with this going till 7, I would say till 7 for sure. So if you're driving up and down 49 in the next little bit, if you can all at all give it an hour, that would be pretty awesome. Otherwise, watch out for some torrential downpours. I'm looking like hail is going to stay off to the south. It is right now, anyway. So areas for hail right now, I'm seeing down around the Foster area, and they're going to clip 49, but probably between Rich Hill and Butler is where I would expect to see any hail activity this morning. Appreciate your messages and your questions, and I will get to them as quick as I can. But I appreciate knowing exactly what's going on in your area too. If you drop me a comment, if you can tell what is happening, I appreciate that. So these are our three cells looking at hail right now, but here they are in reflectivity, just starting now. Like I say, between Passaic and Butler, this is getting to be pretty busy, and it's going to start to pick up I-49 south to Rich Hill here in just a few minutes. So if you're checking in with me, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning until 7 a.m. And this is for Miami, Lynn, Henry, and Bates County, portions of anyway. And so this is picking up Passaic and Butler, where it's about to get busy and noisy. Good morning to the Butler folks. And this is going to head over and pick up Montrose and Appleton City as well. Hail activity right now is strongest down in this cell down here around Foster. And there is a strong cell, particularly the strongest one of this entire system, that will move through last. Currently, this is starting to pick up Fontana, and I think it's going to head straight for Lacine, Lynn Valley, and Jingo. So until 7 a.m., we're hanging out with this warned area here. So while you are waiting to see what happens in your area, and we'll get back to that in a second, I was just working on between the warnings. I was just working on Friday, so we are still in the slight risk area. That has not changed over the last 2 days, but really trying to get a look at Friday afternoon, evening to see if things are going to get snagged, if we're going to have a line that moves through in the afternoon, evening, like we thought, or if our elevated mix layer is going to keep things from developing too severely. So, looking at Friday afternoon towards the 1, 2 o'clock hour, we definitely need to pay attention. I see scattered showers, but atmospheric instability is such that if anything does get together, it could spin up pretty quick. So, I've been saying that there's no significant change there. But I was just taking a look at the most recent data, which you can look at with me now. We'll look at it live together, right, and interpret it. So, this is going to be, what time is this? My Zulu clock, 7 p.m. possibly now, 7 8 p.m. This is HRRR data suggesting that along the line, this is where it more picks up, which I have felt like if it does, it's going to start to happen in the evening, afternoon, late afternoon, but evening and possibly the overnight hours is actually how I feel. So about 50% opinion there, but that's what I think. And so HRRR now saying that it's possibly 9 p.m., 8, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Before we start to see organization. So energy is such that we will keep an eye on things, but like I say, it does wane, it does dissipate. So that's my take on Friday night so far. We'll get into that a little bit more through the day, but good grief, what I do know, we'll hop over to GFS and see that. Let me back this up just a little bit and show you. Yeah, Easter. So I mean, there's just kind of wave after wave after wave after wave. And that is Sunday afternoon is the time frame I'm looking at there. So that is Sunday early afternoon and then Sunday late afternoon. So Sunday we're going to see upwards of 80% rain chances. That's just going to be a complete washout for your Easter. Sorry about that. All kinds of good news this morning, right? So let's switch back over to radar and see what's going on in the neighborhood right now. Just thought I'd give you a little peek at that. If you're hanging out watching the weather with me this morning, I appreciate it, by the way. And so, yep, here we are. No change. Let's look up and down I-49. We see Adrian, Passaic, just heavy, heavy showers right now. Butler, you may get clipped with some hail. Possibly some small hail, right? Let me know if you get any small hail. Let's see. Probabilities aren't really hanging out in your favor for that. So I think just strong, heavy downpours with some strong wind gusts probably in Butler coming through, right? But you may pick up some very, very small hail. And as this scoots across, let's see. Now we're going to be significantly south of Butler. And Rich Hill, it's going to rain in a minute, I promise. But you may just stay right on the southern edge, at least of these first two cells actually that move through. So let's go back up here and let's talk about this honker that is still. We have a that was the initial storm report, right? Thought we had a new one, but hail could be very significant out of this one, guys. Look at this. So this is just about heads up, Lacine, Lynn Valley, Jingo area, just like I thought a few minutes ago. Let's see what you right now. That is significant hail size, right? And the maximum estimated size inches, but I think more realistically, it's up around 1 inch size hail. But let me know what you start to see over here. But that particular area is just to the north and the west of Lacine. So heads up if you're in that area, take shelter, stay put for just a little bit. These aren't the fastest moving storms, but that is the biggest cell in this equation. And once it's done, it is done. We get to move on with our day, which is just going to be super windy, by the way. The hail in that backside cell, that final one, it's just not going to quit. So until at least 7 a.m., we have these 3 cells clustered together that are gonna move through. So I think if you are in this path here, if you are in, let's go through it, Lynn Valley, Amoret, Butler, all the way down, say, south of Appleton City, you have 3 rounds. So down here in Appleton, for example, right now, it's just starting to rain pretty heavy. And then round 2 picks up. That's gonna rain even heavier. Round 3, some more rain. And then round 4, if it hangs together, possibly some hail. So this all warned only until 7 a.m. right now. Wouldn't be surprised if things kick out a little bit later through the morning, mainly on account of this backside cell here, where I still see hail, guys popping through, especially with those 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This is going to be the one to deal with this morning. And so heads up to, again, to Lacine, Lynn Valley, where that one is starting to come through. It's just knocking on your door. As for the rest of us over here approaching state line and coming up and down I 49, I am just seeing very heavy rain with possibly some small hail now just north of Rich Hill. Once that moves through in the next few minutes, you catch a little bit of a break if you need to do some traveling. And then I just see some heavy rain for a while. So be on the lookout. But the warned area right now until 7 a.m., covering all of this area, picking up just south of Rich Hill. So appreciate everybody hopping on this morning. You can welcome to come and go. These things are not moving through the fastest in the world. But I do think within the next hour and a half, for sure, we're all done with this, and then we get on to a windy day. I was just looking at the severe weather threat for Friday. I mean, I think it is there, and I think anytime in the late afternoon, but I really think more toward the evening. So I think after dark, possibly with that system, if things come together, but still a conditional threat. Lots about 3 things actually, so not lots, but about 3 factors that are all in the neighborhood. They're all in the area. So if we get the right mix of ingredients at the right time or the wrong mix at the wrong time, then yeah, then we do have severe weather to deal with Friday evening. But there's also a chance that we don't. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. That's where I'm going to switch from forecasting to nowcasting. I'm just going to tell you what happens as it happens, rather than to get too hung up on little changes in the data. But it's all still there. I think the biggest complaint. I think we're going to see more rain than even the biggest models, and even I'm predicting right now, where we say like 2 inches. I think these systems are really going to train. I was just showing you a few minutes ago uh, training means that one cell after another over the same area, especially for an extended period of time. I think that's the problem. So I think by Monday, good grief, I don't know how much rain we could even have, but the excessive rainfall outlook, and I'll try to put up a graphic for that later today with some amounts on it, because I know some of you are very interested in that, how much moisture gets in the ground. Definitely covering our area now where it had sagged to the south. So that is one change that I've seen overnight. Just haven't had time to get into that yet, but I think that's significantly the problem. So on radar right now, I am seeing the busiest area between Rich Hill and Butler, right? For just some small hail was in that last time I checked. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any right now. It's small if there is, and that is between Rich Hill and Butler. You get a little bit of a break. Still watching this bigger cell, which, geez, maybe I'm being optimistic. Looks like maybe it's starting to fall apart a little bit, but I am seeing significant hail right now in Lynn Valley. If you're in Lynn Valley, you probably don't need me to tell you it's about to hail. You can probably hear it, but definitely now picking up Lacine with the probability for much bigger hail. There could be some large damaging hail in this one, guys. So this is just radar amounts telling radar indication, radar data rather, telling me what the hail could be. And then it will sweep and pick up what it sees, but it casts a shadow. So I'm not big on reading out big radar hail amounts here. Much easier if you guys tell me what you have or send me a picture. That would be awesome. But significant hail size for sure is absolutely possible in this particular cell now. Just getting ready to pick up Lynn Valley, and it's over Lacine right now. So heads up to Amsterdam. Looks like Merwin, definitely Amsterdam in the next about 15, 20 minutes for one significant cell. And then when you are done, you have my permission to move on with your day. Just shooting a few messages around to first responders, and I appreciate everybody checking in with me, letting me know what's going on in your area. So, plenty of lightning. That's how you're going to know you're getting to the backside of this. I'm seeing it really strong right now over south of Osawatomie, right? So, that's going to be a significant lightning show for your morning commute. In fact, we might look around on the cameras here in just a second, see if I can find some of that for you to look at. Um, but that is how you're going to know. But everybody hanging out right now, right? That's what I'm hearing from everybody. We're just watching these. This big warned area is going to continue until 7. It's 6:32 right now. If it kicks out longer, it looks like it's going to be in the same area, and it's going to be on account of this stronger cell now picking up Lynn Valley that's going to start to come toward Amaret. I think it may just do the same thing. It may clip Butler later on this morning. So that is my official prediction: is that probably the same area gets kicked out a little bit past 7 a.m. Depending how these things continue to move, right? But they have moved to the south and the east. That's what we expected. They're moving along, just not as fast as we'd like, right? So let's see if we can pick up some traffic cams and see anything interesting, especially going on the backside of this over there. So I'm going to look around on the Kansas side for just 1 second. Not see anything too exciting yet. We'll let you keep watching the radar there in the warned area. I'll look around on traffic for just a second. This is I-35 southbound at Gardner Road, where you're starting to finish up with things. But I mean, this is going to be a dark, thick, cloudy sky through the rest of the day today. But this area just starting to be finished, and I'm not seeing actually. Just looking at the scout map, I'm really not seeing traffic issues anywhere. Let me keep looking at that. However, so we'll take a look if you're just joining me, trying to get out the door to work or whatever you're up to this morning. Good morning. Feel free to hop on and hop off because some of us are getting nothing, like down in Nevada. What do you have to complain about right now? I don't think much. However, further up, so we're starting to get down. Oh, well, I was dinking around on traffic cams, Rich Hill. I think you picked up some heavier rain. We'll see if you got anything else in that. As this starts to gust off now towards Rockville, so that's the area I want to talk to next. Good morning between, let's say, Montrose and Rockville, maybe down to Shell City in the next little bit. These are going to be very, very strong little cells, but let's see what is picking up for hail because I think I like what I see. Maybe some very small hail, but I think you're dealing primarily with strong wind gusts and lightning. Look at all the lightning that's surrounding this, guys. So a lightning show is going to be wild on this, but still. So the middle cell here, because we've had a little cluster, right? So you're getting a little break up and down I-49 right now. Should just be heavy rain. And off to the west is an area of heavier rain, but we're still watching this particular cell right now. So finally, you're done with this in Lacine, picking up Lynn Valley and Jingo right now, and it just won't quit with the hail, right? I mean, it's falling apart just a little bit, but the maximum size of hail that you could get out of this is over an inch and a half, which has actually come down from the last about 15, 20 minutes. And so, probability that you're going to see that though is at about 99%. So, out of this backside cell, this last one, it's going to pack a punch before it says it's done with you for the day. So the warned area going until 7. It is 6:36 right now. Picking up this entire area here we've been talking about all morning as these storms slide off to the south and the east. Do see some gradual weakening, so that's a good thing. But of course, it has to be that third cell. It's got to be the problem this morning. So I am seeing that traffic is slow up around Belton Raymore. Trying to take a look at why, and I'm not seeing any direct reason, so I can't tell you why. I'm just taking a look around to show you. Let's look here. So this is I-49 southbound before 163rd Street, and I am seeing slow moving traffic off to, but I'm not seeing a reason why yet. But I think it's just probably I mean, it's been pounded with rain in the last little bit through that area. There is some more off to the west, and then this area might be finished with that. So slow going, not seeing anything stopped up and down I-49 right now, but we'll keep an eye on that. So Lynn Valley, you're just about to be finished with this, but heads up to Merwin, heads up to Amsterdam, absolutely. In particular, here we go. Picking up now in Amsterdam, this is going to pop through the exact same area that's been busy this morning. I think this is going to head over and pick up Passaic and Butler in about, I'm going to say, the next 45 minutes and continue to train off to the south and the east. So in Rich Hill, things are lightening up just a little bit, looks to me like, and headed towards Rockville now. So Rockville, you should start to pick up some heavier wind gusts for sure. We're seeing wind gusts up around the 40-mile-per-hour zone. Good news with this whole system is there is nothing out here behind it. So when it's done, it's done. You just have about three punches to go through, if you will. So let's look a little bit further off to the northeast. So Montrose starting to pick up some heavier rain. You might just get clipped by this. Ballard, same, just heavy rain at the moment. And the warned area leaving off just to the north of Adrian. So once you pop through Adrian, if you're headed north this morning, you're good. Can't say you're in the sunshine. None of us are today, but you are good on up to Harrisonville. It looks like to me. So heaviest activity right now is just going to be along and I-49 is going to be between Adrian and Rich Hill for about the next 45 minutes, and then we have this monster working its way through now, impacting Adrian just as predicted, picking up Passaic and Butler as well. So that is the way of it this morning, guys. I think I'm going to hop off here and work on some more stuff for the weekend because there's a lot of weather coming through. It looks like just heavy rain. We'll try and put some timing on that Friday stuff for sure. But this is what's coming through. So I'm going to say that past 7, I'm going to say this is going to go till about 7:30, 7:45, that you have significant rain, possibly some small hail that is going to move through Amsterdam, Passaic, Butler, probably pick up Rich Hill one more time, head off toward Appleton City, Shell City, and then you can move on with your happy life for the day, and we'll see what the weekend brings. But like I've been saying, I think it's a very rainy Easter with possibly some flooding concerns. So that is what I know this morning. I appreciate everybody hopping on and joining me. If there's big changes, absolutely, I will get back on here and let you know. Let me know what you see in your area. Send me your pictures. I've got a couple of them. I just haven't had time to get over to the right module and look at them, but I really appreciate those, and I'll put them up and share them with everybody as far as what went through this morning, and we'll watch it together. I will keep you posted. Thank